everyone. Okay, so I don't actually have a physical one to show you right at this very moment, but you did see the picture in the beginning of this video, so hopefully you already have an idea of what we're going to make. It is a popcorn bag gift card holder. I think that's what I'm going to name it. I haven't quite gotten that far just yet, but I figured I'd show you how I did it. It's kind of cute, and I made one for my neighbor because he was so kind and he helped me out while I was on vacation. He just did a pretty easy task for me, but I wanted to show my gratitude because I kind of asked him really last minute, and he just stepped up to the plate, and it was very sweet of him. So I did a little gift card for him for a movie and his girlfriend, or to take his girlfriend to a movie or whatever. So I thought I'd show you guys how I did this. Alright, so to start with, I found these at the Party City store. These are these little popcorn bags, and these measure 3 3/4 by 5 1/4 by 1 1/2 inches. Alright, so they look like this, like that. Alright, and you know, the normal popcorn bag, they open like this. They have bigger ones as well, so if you wanted to make a bigger card, you could, but I like that size. I think it's a good size for a gift card. Alright, and I've already done a lot of prep work as usual. So one thing that I did is I tied a piece of cherry cobbler baker's twine around this 3 times, and I tied it in the back so I could tuck, if you can see that, so I could tuck the knot in the back. Using the That's the Ticket stamp set, I used the Admit one and this one with the little spaces, the little lines. So I stamped the Admit one stamp down on a piece of real red cardstock, and I did it in the Whisper White craft ink. And I let it dry because, you know, that stuff takes a little bit of time to dry. I pierced a hole in it, and I just took a piece of cherry cobbler baker's twine and put it through so that I can tie it to this front piece of cherry cobbler, to this triple tied piece. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So you're just going to tie it around the piece of cherry cobbler that you put on the front. And you're kind of, I like to separate them like that, and just trim off the extra piece of that tie. And you can use a glue dot to position that in place. There you go. Okay, so that's the front. Pretty easy, really quick, not too hard. Alright, then I took a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this measures 3 1/4 by 5 3/4. And what you're going to do is take your paper trimmer. So you're going to set one corner of it up, the top corner, right here, to the center of where the blade will run through. And you'll take the bottom corner and shift it to that first 1/4 inch line. So it's on the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer. It is the line right next to the center. It's the first line you're going to see. And you're just going to cut. Okay. Alright, and then flip it over and do the same. Set it up. My blade doesn't want to cut right today. It's just slightly angled, kind of like a coffee cup. See? And so it will fit in this. Alright. Then I took about 13 pieces. I may need more, or I may need less. It just depends on how I set them up. But I used the 1 1/4 inch scallop circle punch, and I punched out 13 pieces of Whisper White cardstock. And then I sponged using some So Saffron all around the edges to make it look like a buttery piece of popcorn. And I did that to all 13 pieces. Okay, so it looks like that. And I took a piece of Real Red cardstock cut at 1.5 by 2 5/8, and I ticket corner punched all 4 corners. I also took a piece, and this is, I'm going to show you the next step on this one. I took a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and it's just a scrap piece, that's why it's got all this mess around it. And I'm using my thank you stamp from the Teeny Tiny Wishes stamps, and I stamped it on so that I could use it with my Stamp-A-Majig, and I'm going to center it where I want it. And using my Real Red ink, it's alright. It's not the best, but it's not horrible. There's a little smudge there. Then I'm going to use my Ticket Builder Duo Punch, I think is what this is called. I'll let you know for sure. And I'm going to punch it out. And I'm going to paper pierce a little hole in it in the corner. And then I'm going to take one of my 3/16 neutrals brads. I'm going to take a black one. I'm going to just put these two together and figure out where I want it positioned. And I'm going to poke back through the hole I already put in there into the Real Red and put my brad in. Alright, we're going to set that aside. First thing I'm going to do is adhere some of those popcorn pieces to the inside of my popcorn bag. Alright, so you're just going to take it and line it sort of towards the top along the valleys of those scallops of the bag. Make sure to hold the popcorn open so that it doesn't stick closed, because that would stink. Alright, and then just start adhering some popcorn to the inside. You shouldn't need more than 4 pieces. Just like that. And then you're going to take that white piece and you're going to put some sticky strip on that across the top of it. I'm going to put mine in just so I can get a good idea of where I want the popcorn, so I can kind of figure out where I want it. So I'm just going to start like this first, and then we'll go with the bottom portion. And you're going to put more sticky strip on. Alright, and then just start filling it in. Alright, then you pull that back out, and I'm just going to use a little bit of Tombow on the 2 sides and on the bottom of this piece. Figure out where I want it. Let it dry for a moment, and I'm going to slip my card in there. Okay, fit it back in there, and there you have it. And of course you can write underneath, so you can take the card out and write in this area whatever greeting you want to say. Thank you for a job well done, or you can even do a birthday card for this, whatever occasion you want to do, you can change it to a happy birthday card. That's it. It's pretty simple, pretty easy, pretty quick, and it's just so adorable. Whatever you want to do, whoever you want to give it to, I'm sure they'll appreciate it just as much as my neighbor did. Until next time, happy stamping!